My friends. Hello, my friends. It's Nicole Antoinette with Guiding Echoes, and I would love to thank all of you for being here with me today for this live event. And Lynn, thank you so much. So Lynn has donated, or rather, she tipped a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. And she says, thank you for being my spiritual mentor. That's very sweet of you, Lynn. Thank you so much. So one thing I do want to say is that if you choose to tip through super chats or through the stars on Facebook, please know that those are greatly appreciated. However, they do not guarantee that you will receive a reading. So we have a lot of people here today, and I am going to do my best to get to as many of you as possible. So what we are doing today is I'm just asking everyone to be open to the different messages that come through. And I am going to walk you through the same process I would walk a paying group through if they were to attend one of my Embracing Heaven events. So the Embracing Heaven events that I hold are online group readings where I bring forth messages from Spirit. And in order for me to be able to do that, I do need to, kind of set some house rules. So the house rules just kind of tell you what you can expect. So the very first thing that I want to remind you of is that this is your opportunity to connect with Spirit and to get a message. Now, because of the way today's session is set up, your readings may come from a loved one on the other side. It may come from your angels or from your guides. It's possible that I'll just tune into someone and a message that's not based on Spirit will come through. Although, we're just going to be open to anything today. Sophie, thank you so much. I very much appreciate the tip, and I hope that you're doing well too. So thank you. Very, very grateful to you for that tip. Thank you so much. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to open our hearts and open our minds and do our best to be receptive to the messages, to the energies, to the love, and to the spirits that come through. Now, if by chance you do not receive a reading with me, and there's over 175 people watching this right now, and I expect that number to grow as we continue through these readings. If you don't get a message, don't take it personally. Here's what I want you to take from this, is that if you don't receive a personalized message, I still believe that there's going to be something here for you. Because one of the things that I've noticed is that Spirit has this amazing way of getting messages across to those who need it. So let's say, for example, that I am tuning in to someone here. We'll say her name is Lisa. Let's say I'm talking to Lisa and Lisa's grandfather comes through. And as Lisa is receiving this message from her grandfather and she's validating all the information that comes through, you might be listening to that saying, wow, that's really relevant to my life, or that's similar to what my father or grandfather would have said. If that's the case, guess what? That message is for you too. So it's Spirit's way of burying two bones in one dig, because we don't kill two birds with one stone, right? That's violent. We bury two bones with one dig. So that's the way that Spirit can come through and offer messages to you as well. So just be very open. And if you feel in your heart that something I'm saying is meant for you too, then go with that. Don't second think it. Don't get into your head. It is definitely for you as well. So here's what I would like you to do. I would like for you to just kind of take a nice deep breath. I want us all to get nice and relaxed and to open our energy so that it's even easier for Spirit to come through. So what I would like for you to do is just take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. And last time, breathe in and out. And just notice how, with those nice big breaths, you released a lot of tension from your body. And maybe that tension is still releasing with every breath that you breathe. And so real quick, I do want to go ahead and thank Vance for his $5 tip. Vance, I will try to get to your question soon, but just a reminder that tips do not guarantee that you will receive a reading from me, but I will definitely get to your questions as soon as I can. So as you'll notice, as you take those nice deep breaths, your body releases the tension, your spirit opens up, and even with just this nice gentle breath, your natural way of breathing, you become open and aware to the energy of spirit. So for those of you who are able to, and I know right now that many of you are at work or maybe you're driving and you can't put your complete attention here, but for the rest of us, what I'd like you to do is just kind of hold space. And I know I can feel you guys like saying, get to the reading already, and we will, just be patient. Just kind of focus on your energy. And let's just take a moment to set the intention that we are sending out love, light, hope, and all good feelings to everyone who is here with us right now. And we are inviting spirit to come forward. And we are asking that the right messages would get through to whoever needs to hear them. And so we're inviting spirit with us today. We ask that all hearts would be open, that the mind would be receptive, that the egoic mind would quiet down, and that this could be a space that is centered in love and light, hope and joy, and all that is good. And so with that, let's go ahead and start these readings. So I do want to state that I am feeling plenty of spirits coming forward, and I do have an older gentleman coming forward right now. This older gentleman does feel to me like a grandfather figure, and I do feel like he is a grandfather figure to someone who is here right now. I see this man dressed in just a basic, I want to say white shirt, maybe some khakis, but he's very comfortable. And I feel like he was someone who had a pretty good sense of humor. This is somebody who he seems relatively quiet to me, because it's not like he's showing up like, hey, I'm here. He's not super energetic. And even when I did the whole, hey, I'm here, he kind of chuckled a little bit. So he doesn't have that type of personality where he's super outgoing or boisterous, but I do see that this is someone who would have laughed frequently. And I do see him being someone who's rather gentle and kind, loving, and really go with the flow type personality. And I feel that he was such a good father. This is someone who is a great father, and he also just loved his grandkids so much. And so whoever it is that I'm connected with right now, I feel like your grandfather would have probably been like your best friend, because there's that best friend energy there. I do feel like him and his wife, they weren't overly romantic or affectionate with each other, but they were also, actually, no, I take that back. They were very affectionate, but it's just like, again, this warmness that they both shared, and just this kindness that they both had. And so I feel like this was a couple that was very mellow and private, and they I don't know if they went to church or not, but they kind of feel like, I want to say they feel like church people. I don't even know if that makes sense. So Chrissy, I think Miss Chrissy, are you the one saying this is your dad coming through? So this person is just, he's so gentle, he's so kind. I'm mostly getting from him, I know I'm not giving a lot of evidence as far as anything else in this man's life. I'm mostly getting his personality type. And what he is saying is that he's just wanting this person to know that he's present. So he's with you. Let me see if I can get more of a message. There's just this sensation. So I do feel like whoever this message is for, it is for a female, because I'm getting the message that everything's going to be okay. And I'm hearing that you're a great mom. Like he wants you to know you're a great mom. So you've been really frustrated, and I want to say even scared with the responsibilities that come from motherhood. And it's like you're doubting yourself so much right now with whether or not you're doing the right things for your child. And you do have the sensation that you're maybe not a good enough mom. And so he's telling you you're a great mom, and he's saying that you're doing a great job. And he's also saying that he loves you so much. And yeah, that's the big thing, is he's saying, I want to say, don't, it's a message of like, don't give up hope. But it feels more like, when he's saying don't give up hope, it feels more like he's actually saying, like, don't give up on yourself, don't give up on your dreams, don't be so hard on yourself, is actually what I'm getting from him. Like, that's not what he's saying, but the vibe is, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, you're a great mom, you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. Just do your best to get through every day the best that you can. And yeah, he's really concerned about how much you get on yourself with the motherhood thing. So you are a fantastic mom. All right. So I hope that resonated with somebody. So let me just kind of see who else I can have, or who else is coming through. All right. I have a female coming through, and I saw a license plate. So I don't know if that means she had a vanity license plate, or maybe the numbers on her license plate would have been significant. But for some reason, she is showing me a license plate. And I can't make out the numbers, though. So that's a little interesting. And I am seeing this as a woman who, she was a busybody. She liked to go places. She liked to do things, because I see her driving in her car. I think that this will sound funny. During the times in her life, I feel like she would have had multiple cars. Like, this is a woman who actually really liked cars. She would have liked sporty cars. I'm getting the sensation of someone who liked cars. And she does feel like, she feels like she was a little flashy, I want to say, but she wasn't materialistic. Like, what I'm getting from this woman is she's just fun. She's a fun woman. And this does feel like someone's mom. I feel like I'm tuning into someone's mom right now. And so very much a busybody. And I'm also hearing that the two of you are probably opposites in a lot of ways. So while she was always wanting to go off and do things, you were the one that maybe just wanted to stay home and chill a little bit. So I feel like she would have been kind of high maintenance and energy, that just was like, she couldn't sit down. She was always wanting to move. And even when she was home, I feel like she would have been on the phone a lot. She would have had people coming over quite frequently. So she really was a social butterfly. And what I'm actually getting from this woman is that she was so busy all of the time, because that was kind of what filled her need to be loved and to be desired. So this is someone who really kind of needed to be needed. Does that make sense? Like, she needed people to need her, which is why she was probably signing up the kids for soccer practice and all this other stuff. And like, she had to be everyone's best friend and show up for everyone. And I feel like she was very present in everyone else's life except for her own. And I feel that for you, whoever this message is for, I feel like that could have been problematic sometimes, because there would have been times when you needed your mom there. You needed her to just like sit with you and be with you. And it was frustrating because she was all over the place. Like, she was there for everyone else except for you. And so I feel like that would have been very hurtful to you plenty of times. And I also think this may have been someone who she had a lot of issues, and being there for other people and being a busybody is how she would have dealt with that. So is this resonating for anybody? I know this is resonating with someone. I just don't know who. So let me just kind of tune into the message here. I'm still getting the, so, okay. So what she's wanting you to know is that you are always important to her. And as you became an adult, you were more at peace with, I want to say, her erratic behavior. But as you became an adult, it also feels like you guys became closer. And so as an adult, I feel like she did become more present with you. She still wasn't as present as you would have preferred, but she was there more than she had been when you were younger. And so as an adult, you guys were able to form a better relationship. But I also think that when you were a kid, it was almost like she didn't know how to relate to you. And when you were a teenager, she didn't know how to relate to you. And so instead of addressing that, she kept herself busy and she kept herself distracted with other tasks and other projects and other people. So it wasn't that she was trying to make you feel unwanted, or it was nothing like that. It was she didn't know how to deal with that. And so that's what she did instead. She distracted herself. But she is wanting you to know that she loves you very, very much. She's still around you. And I do see that this is someone that you do miss your mom, but I feel like you sometimes have these complicated feelings because it was, I want to say, an interesting relationship. So when she passed, you were sad, but there was also this other part of you that was like, well, I'm sad she's gone, but you guys weren't even that close. So there's still some I guess unresolved emotions there. So anyhow, I don't know if this is helpful for you, but that's what's coming through. So the message is that you were always very important to her. She's sorry that she wasn't more present with you, that she wasn't there for you more often, and she wants you to know that she's there with you now. So she knows that doesn't make up for all the times when she was absent, but she is present for you right now. So I hope that was helpful. So let me go ahead and go through some of the questions because we've got quite a few here. Elasia, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but thank you for the tip. I very much appreciate it. I am getting to as many people as I can, and we're doing kind of a lottery system here. So whoever comes through or whatever, whoever I'm drawn to is who I'll go through. So I'm a little overwhelmed, guys. There's a lot of people here. So let me just kind of go through. Someone mentioned earlier, there is something I want to address. Someone had mentioned earlier that they had thought about purchasing a book and their spirit guides were yelling at them not to. So they want to know why their spirit guides might have done that. And so one of the things that I've noticed is that when that happens with me, it's simply because it's something I'm not supposed to dive into yet. For example, there was the book, where is it? Do I have it here? Journey of the Souls by Michael Newton, PhD, life studies or case studies of life between lives. And I had been wanting to read this book for a long time. As you can see, I've got like all these markers on it. But I'd been wanting to read this one for a long time, and it was actually on my list for years. And every time I was about to purchase it, there was this voice in my head that said, nope, not yet. So even after I finally did purchase it, I still felt like my guides were telling me no. And it was so frustrating to me because I did want to read it, but I felt like I wasn't supposed to yet. So finally one day they give me the green light. So I'm like diving into the book and all excited that they're finally saying I could read it. And I understood why they wanted me to wait. And the reason for it was that they wanted me to have my own experiences giving people readings and connecting to the other side, so that by the time I read this book, so much of what's in this book validates what spirit has already told me and what they've shown me. And the thing is that if I had read this book first, and then I started having those experiences with spirit, and then I started having spirit tell me about different things in the afterlife, in the back of my mind, I would have wondered, am I just projecting this because of what I read here? Because I'm always second guessing myself. So that's most likely the little game that my mind would have played with me. Is like, oh, you're just mimicking what you heard from this book. And so it was really important for me to have those experiences first. So I just wasn't ready for it. And that's most likely the situation with you, is you're just not ready for whatever information's in it right now. And that's fine. So we always want to be open to the guidance of spirit. And if they're telling us to stay away from something, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's harmful, although sometimes it could be. It could just mean it's not our time for that. Like there's something else that we're supposed to learn or we're supposed to do first. So I hope that was helpful to you. All right. So let's see. And then Jessica is saying Journey of Souls was the first book helping me on my spiritual awakening. That is awesome, Jerica. I said Jessica, didn't I? I meant Jerica. So very cool. All right. So let me see who else I can pull through. All right. There must be a car theme today because I have another gentleman coming through, and this is someone who worked on cars. This feels very much like someone who was a mechanic, possibly even a tow truck driver. So there is something going on with cars with this person, with this male. He feels he feels like a fun person. He feels like someone that would have been he would have been quite the jokester himself. But I also feel like he was a hardworking person too. I feel like this was a man who was dedicated both to his career and to his family. And this is very much a person who enjoyed the simple things in life. So he did enjoy doing he did enjoy his job. I am getting that. He loved working on cars. He had been working on cars since he was a teenager. So from the time he was a kid, this is something he would have been working on. So let me just kind of tune in again. You are having, whoever this message is for, you're having issues with your teenage boy. And he's telling you that it is going to be okay and your concerns are valid. I feel like your teenage son is dabbling in things he shouldn't be. It does feel like there might be something going on with drugs. They might be prescription and recreational, so you have a mix there. And I see that you're just really concerned about your son's behavior and you're not sure what to do about it. And so it's like I think this is your father's coming through. And he's saying that being a parent, wow, so there's also a parent theme going on today, cars and parents. He's saying being a parent is the most difficult job he ever had. Like, it is very difficult to be a parent. And he's saying you have to compete with so many things nowadays that he didn't have to deal with when you were a child or even when he was a child. So there's like all these things that are demanding attention. And there's these pressures now that weren't around 50 years ago. And so he's saying that you have to keep in mind that there are influences outside of you that are influencing the behavior of your child. And it can be really difficult to let go of self-blame, because with your teenage boy having all these issues, you want to fix them and you're also blaming yourself, but blaming yourself isn't going to fix the issues that he's having right now. And you are aware of where some of these issues are coming from and where they originated from. But that's not enough to really give him the help that he needs. And so you've been wondering what to do about the situation. And even this male figure that's here right now is like, I don't know. He's at a loss too. And I feel like the reason he's saying that is because you so often, I think that I do feel like this is your father. I feel like I have your dad here. And it's like you go out to your dad and you're like, Dad, I don't know what to do. Like my dad would know what to do. And he's like, I really don't. Like this is new territory for him too. So um I feel like I hate to leave it like this. So I'm pushing for a little bit more because I feel like so much of the message is you just have to let this play out. And I know that's scary. But I feel like the more that you try to assert yourself and the more strict you become, it's almost like the worse it's going to get. And also talking to your friends and your neighbors about the situation isn't doing any good because you're feeling judgment coming from them as well. But it feels like this is just a cycle that this kid is in. And also, he does feel like he's around, I want to say maybe around 16 years old. So when you have a child behaving in certain ways at that age, they're acting of their own free will. And anything that you do to try to stop that behavior is, of course, going to be seen as like you stomping on their freedom or something, right? So you want to create boundaries in your home. You want to create rules and standards, of course, and if he breaks the rules, of course there needs to be some type of a consequence. But what I'm feeling is like you also can't go overboard on it. Like I'm not getting that signing him up for like military school or sending him away or anything like that, like drastic measures would do any good. It's almost like he's going through this rebellious stage that you have to let it play out. And I'm not saying, of course, be negligent. I'm not saying, go buy him his drugs or anything. Obviously, that's not what I'm saying here. But he's going through a rebellious stage that there's not much you can do about. You have to let it play out. And I feel like he needs to get this out of his system, whatever this is. And so I feel like your father is coming through to let you know that he is seeing all this, like he's aware of what's happening. And he knows that this is a difficult time for you, and he's there with you through this. So you're not alone in this. Because I do feel like you feel unsupported by your family. I want to say specifically your husband. Like it feels like your husband's not as present as you would like him to be. So I hope that's not too much personal information. This is what's coming through. So I hope that was helpful for somebody. So Susan Steele, thank you so much for the super sticker. And Linda Orange, thank you also for the super sticker. Very much appreciate your tips. So let me go ahead and go through, and I've got time for one more question. Let's see. For those of you who would like to contact me for a personalized reading, you can do that at guidingechoes.com. So I do offer personalized readings there. So you can go to guidingechoes.com, click on work with me, and there you'll see my schedule there. Sorry, I'm talking to you guys as I'm going through these comments. There's so many, which I'm grateful for. Okay, so let's go ahead and go with this one. Butterfly Girl 1871. Hi, Nicole. Will I get married for a second time? I'm turning 50 this year. I'm hearing yes. I'm hearing yes, you will get married again. And I also hear you saying, like, I hope it's to the right person this time. And I can say, yes, I feel like it is. So this does feel like a good thing for you. All right. So Christine, I feel drawn to you. She said, what is my boyfriend doing on the other side? He passed in December. So first of all, I do want to offer my condolences because December was very recent. And what I'm feeling is he's still kind of going through that transition phase that they go to. So he's still kind of, I want to call it limbo sometimes, but I also don't, because I don't want people to think that as a place where beings and spirits are stuck. They're not stuck. But it's more like they're in this place where they're still kind of, I want to say, gaining training for their new for the new position they're about to be in. They're making that transition. It's like when you're moving, right? When you're moving from one city to another, there's this whole process you go through. It can be the same for people who cross over onto the other side, especially if they pass through unexpected or unexpected means, or that are more tragic than what is normal. I'm sorry, guys. I need to find this so I can take it back off the screen, and because my comments just kind of flashed out on me. There's obviously a lot of comments today, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you all for being here with me today. And I cannot find it. I think it's too far back. Okay. Well, let's see what happens if I do this. That's still there. All right. I don't know how to get this off my screen. Sorry, guys. So we're just gonna have to look at it for a while. Actually, what I can do is do that. Okay. So as far as your boyfriend, I feel like he's still in kind of that transition stage. Let me just kind of tune in a little bit more. So what I'm hearing is that you have some type of survivor's guilt. And he's saying that you need to forgive yourself. Like there was nothing you could do to stop his passing. This was beyond anyone's control. So this was just how things were going to play out for him in his life. And there's just this really strong message of forgiving yourself, and I want to say loving yourself, and continue to take care of yourself, because you are waking up with this feeling of emptiness, of things being empty for you, because so many things that you shared with him are now gone, and the things that remain, they don't feel as meaningful. And so he's noticing this with you, and I want to say he's grieving with you, and he is saying, I'm sorry. Like it's this, I'm sorry I'm not there anymore. I'm sorry I'm not there to help you through this. And this is a difficult time. And so with that, I feel like it's not so much a message as it's just that feeling of you being able to accept where you are in the grieving process right now. And it feels like there's also these people that are somehow judging you for the way that you're grieving, and he's like, don't listen to them. Like he's actually angry with those people. So there is maybe a handful of people that aren't being very kind or sympathetic to you. Maybe they're pushing, I don't know what the situation is, but he doesn't like how they're responding to you while you're in your grief. So with that, he is telling you that he is with you. He is watching over you still, and he is so sorry for the way that he passed and the effects that it had on you. He also knows that he's very loved. And that's another thing that's really important for you to know, is he knows that you loved him. And he wants you to know that he loves you so much as well. So you guys still have this this connection. There's still that connection. And I know that you feel him around you sometimes, and you wonder if he's around you, and he's saying, yes, he is. So just know that I don't feel like he has any really strong messages for you right now, and that's most likely because his crossing over into the other side is still new. I do see that he's been, what's the word I'm looking for? Reunited. That's the word. Sorry. I was running through all these different words. He has been reunited with a couple of significant people to him on the other side. So I did pick up a father figure, and I can't quite tell who this other person is. Feels like more of a friend than anything else. So he has been reunited with people that are significant to him, that are walking him through the process, that are helping him to acclimate to the other side more. And he is in that also with you. I feel like he's also watching over, I want to say his mom, because I am picking up on a mother figure, and other significant people who are still here. But he's with you. I want to say his mom, and yeah, just there are other family members he's watching over. So he does visit you, and I do feel like you feel his presence every now and then. So, all right, guys. Well, that does it for me. This was a lot. So a lot of talking for me, and I can feel my voice getting, dry once again. So that's always a signal for me to stop. So I do want to thank all of you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for the super chats and for the tips. If I didn't thank you individually, I apologize for that. There's been a lot of comments coming up on my screen. So I do want to thank each and every one of you for being here with me today. I do hope that you got something out of this. And remember, even if a message wasn't meant just for you, if that message still resonated with you somehow, if it was still something that seemed like it applied to you or something you were going through, that message was for you too. That's how spirit communication can work. So what's meant for one people can often be meant for a lot of people as well. So I hope this was helpful for you. And remember, if you would like a personalized reading with me, you can visit my website at guidingechoes.com. Once you get to that website, you can click on work with me, and that'll take you to my online scheduler where you can order a session with me. Also, I have some big news coming up on a new membership site I'm putting together that will be launching later this month. And with that, you'll be getting monthly mentoring through me, with me, I should say, as well as access to different online courses. So more information on that coming soon. Just thought I'd put that out there. But in the meantime, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much again for joining me, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.